We are live. All right. Now we just gotta wait. I'll get the music started now. Starting off with a banger. Excuse me. If you're on YouTube, hello. It's been a little bit. I missed the last stream because I was just unbelievably tired that day. So, I played a handful of matches of. Sorry, rewind. Feeling a little bit lost. I think that my stubbornness with not really liking Phelia and Overlord, it's led me to, I think, making some probably good changes for the non-Overlord build in general, but I think I'm at the point where I might just have to accept that this is the right thing to be doing, and I'm just being stubborn and hating it. So I'm gonna try it again, give it its fair shot. I did play a little bit off stream. I played a total about a league, and I played about a league and a half. I started 0-3, which was really lovely, and dropped the league. But then I got a 4-1 after that. I don't even remember what my loss was to, but I remember it being really close, whatever it was. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it and do my best to not just like get mad at Phelia every time it's bad, because it will be, but I'm starting to understand it in this list. Or I'm starting to get over it. I think that keeps happening to me is that like I keep just drawing Phelia without Overlord. Like I think literally the very first time I played this list, my very first game was literal turn 2 Phelia into turn 3 Overlord. And I have not done anything even remotely close to that with Phelia since. In like probably 30-ish matches with the deck, maybe even more. I don't remember for sure, but I'm just gonna give it more chance to do its thing. Oh, whoops! I gotta scroll this over. Goodness, can I even fit all this here? There we go. Okay, we did it. Hey, hi, sir. How's it going? So I will go ahead and pay my entry fee, and we'll wait for a couple minutes, then we'll hop in. This is, I think, Yoshiwada's exact main deck, minus I think his lists usually play a scrub land over a fetch land. I think that's the only real difference in his lists from mine. And then I made a sideboard that makes more sense to me because I just don't really understand his sideboards still, unfortunately. I sure don't want to lose to graveyard decks, because that's most of what, you know. Oops is dumb. Leyline's good against Reanimator again. Like, I just can't really see not playing Leyline of the Void unless you really know what you're playing against, and it doesn't include either of those two decks. Probably the thing that saddens me the most about this list is I can't really fit Cabal Therapy into it, but maybe I'll find room for it later. We'll see. All right, let's hop into that queue. All right, here we go. We are playing again. So the daddy is infamously a dredge player. We'll see if that's still true, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it is. This hand's alright. Thoughtseize into Stoneforge. Obviously, Thoughtseize against Dredge can look a little iffy, but usually, like, you know, they have cards in their opener that they want to cast, even if Thoughtseize is really bad after, like, the first turn or two. Yeah, so obviously this is a little icky, like I'm discarding one of two flashback spells. But I think this is an easy Faithless looting because they literally have two Grave Trolls in their hands. I was maybe supposed to play the Wasteland here instead of the Scrublands. All right, we'll see how this gaze works for them. They put okay, so Narcomoeba comes back and they milled a Poxwalkers, but they didn't mill a Dredger, which is pretty important. Okay, that. You know, that makes sense as like the one non-dredge card they would keep on top of their. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Well, that's pretty bad. I really wish I had a Solitude in my hand right now. A River Kelpie. Interesting. There's a Thoracle in there too. Yeah. I think we're just out of here. All right. Yep, we got dredged. That happens. Um, these all look good. I probably don't want much else. Skyclave is quite bad here, as is Wisp. Um, don't really want Bowmasters. Phelia and Overlord are pretty whatever, but I think they're probably good enough as just a way to put pressure on them. Um, yeah, I could cut a land. I usually do against decks like this, but I don't think I want any of these cards over a land. Maybe I want pass, actually. I could see that. Maybe two pass over like a Phelia and planes, something like that. I think that makes enough sense. Oh, I probably want Phelia over a Phantom Blade. Phantom Blade is really not the equipment that I want in my deck right now. That's probably got to be good enough. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Let's not toss a Yorion in actually, but thank you for the suggestion, Chylith. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, the new cards are just whatever. I don't. There's probably a Catcher Mo's list that's worth playing. I just don't know what it is, and I'm not super interested in figuring that out yet. And I think the Aether Spark is a card that I am not really going to think about too hard until we once again have playable, like, Swords to Plowshares control decks. That's kind of where I'm at. Man, it's so nice, like, getting to play Leyline of the Void into decks that don't play Force of Vigor. I think we're just gonna Cauldron them. We just want them dead. We have two graveyard hate things in play. We don't have to get Sash on top of it. At least not yet. We don't. Interesting. Okay. There's a Therapy. There's a Dread Return. One Grave Troll. I see a lot of different lines here. There's put in Cauldron, cast Aether Vial. There's cast Stoneforge for Sash, play Aether Vial. Or there's Recruit for a Solitude. Solitude is usually pretty good at keeping like the craziest things from happening. Hmm. Like Solitude would be probably the best thing that we could do this turn, assuming that the last card in our opponent's hand is another bounce spell for the Grafdigger's Cage. Um, But I don't know how realistic that is versus they had the one bounce spell for the ley line and had to get somewhere with the breakthrough. Um, and there's also a question of even if I Stoneforge for Sash and they have an answer for the cage, how likely am I to live anyway? I think I'm supposed to go for the line that just doesn't die though. Yeah, I'm gonna get Sash and not die. Theoretically. Yeah, black mana next turn would be lovely. Okay, natural draw. Natural draw step is very good for us. This is another breakthrough for one. Okay. And once again, a natural drawing an entire breakthrough is like unheard of. When there's, or I guess they dredged once. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, black mana next turn would be pretty sick. Nope. The wrong kind of mana. So they have one, two. They have 3 dredgers right now. 4 dredgers, just stickweed up there. I think I'm supposed to just cast Sash, attack for 3 and pass. I don't really care about stopping them dredging. I really only want to stop a creature from coming into play. I think this is an important turn to Lotus Petal the Caracas here as well. Just have as much mana as possible. Land is pretty good for me. They could crack Colosseum here. They have a Faithless Looting as their last card, maybe? That would explain why they're fetching, potentially. Okay. That resolves. But they can't... Okay, right. They have Colosseum. So they Colosseum, they dredge a bunch. I can take them down. Yeah, okay. We're still following the plan. We don't care about them dredging. We care about creatures getting into play. So really, we're just looking for the Narcomoebas, and that's about it. Damn it. I was like, they really need to just not hit the 4th Narcomoeba. That really sucks. Okay, so in that case, what are we doing? There's there's 2 bridges out right now. There's a bunch of therapies. There's 1 dread return. Is the answer that we just get rid of the bridges? If we get rid of the bridges, they obviously have the Poxwalkers to do whatever they want. But they can't necessarily get a board in play that can deal with the fact that we'll have like a 4/4 Sash with a Cauldron coming in. Oh, the 4th Narcomoeba. That was really not what I wanted to happen. I guess I'm not going to get to Cauldron this turn no matter what because they're going to therapy me. Um, so I like Solitude in this match. If I had Solitude right now, it would be like we would literally just win. Like the game would be over. Um, so I think I'm either taking the bridges or I'm waiting for them to like dread return. That is true. If we're getting bridges, we can wait until after they cast spells. So yeah, it is an intervening if. So that's why Solitude works against it. So okay, now we have to make some decisions. Hmm. I think it has to be bridge. It sucks. I feel like the one problem with taking bridge here is that we might literally just be dead if they have a second dread return in their deck because they can dread return the Ox to dredge into the second one and then dread return the Thoracle, but I don't know. Doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot I can do here. They just had when they have the second bounce spell and dredge into three Narcomoebas at once. Sometimes just what happens. What did they name? They named Solitude. If I had a Solitude, I would have already cast it. So that was a weird name from them. If I had Solitude, I won the game. So that was definitely not the right choice. There's a Hogak. There's another Dread Return. Yeah, okay. It's over. The mistake was grabbing Cauldron. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's like sometimes you just got to get the game over. Like how so much had to go right for them to beat Leyline plus Cage at the same time, right? Like obviously it happened, but like that feels like a pretty unlikely sequence of like double bounce spell into dredging exactly one more Narcomoeba than the mana I had available. Nope. This is better. Um, this is a weird one. I think we're either bottoming the Solitude or the Wastelands. I think I want to bottom the Solitude. Eh. is really tricky. So I want to just go Thoughtseize into Overlord. Recruiter would be get to good turn 3 play. But if... I'm going to buy on the Solitude. I think I have enough interaction. Solitude is always a tough card to have on a Molda 6 anyway. I think probably the biggest benefit is that if I have the chance to Solitude on turn 1, it would mean that I'd guarantee a card back with Overlord, but who knows? Maybe Solitude will be bad against what my opponent's doing anyway. Hey, it's in fact not bad against what my opponent is doing. Interesting math here. Do I want to get rid of the Shuko or the Illusionist? I think I want to get rid of the Shuko, right? Because they have more payoffs than enablers. Because they usually have 4 Illusionists and 3 to 4 Nadu. They only have like 4 Nomads, like 2 Shuko. I think it's usually 2 Shuko plus Urza Saga's virtual copies, I guess. But I have a Wasteland for an Urza Saga right now, so. We also have more Illusionist answers than Shuko answers. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, goodbye, Shuko. I'm doing alright, Jared. How's it going? There we go. Notably a good matchup to be spamming Solitude every turn. But, oh well. We can recruit for 1. They do not shuffle off of Ponder. Lion Sash can be good, but we are going to start with an Overlord. Skyclave, Stoneforge. Interesting. I think I want Stoneforge because I don't have double white for Skyclave right now anyway. I'm probably casting Recruiter for Solitude next turn. And yeah, I don't love Skyclave in this matchup because when things go right for my opponent, they never put creatures into play on it and then pass the turn. So the name of this song is Veil by Haken. Dang, MTG bots, good. Yeah, there it is. Oh, they be pondering. They did not shuffle off of. Excuse me. They didn't shuffle off the second. They did shuffle off of the third. Okay, yeah. I'm going to recruit for Solitude. Important to have some interaction when they go into their turn 3, which is the next possible opportunity for them to kill us. So it's getting forced. I don't like that. That feels bad. Forced pitching Narcomoeba. Okay. They found all 4 ponders. I'm so proud of them. I would really like to draw a white mana next turn. Is that a Nomads? It's a Nomads, and they have a Cephalid in hand. Alright. Come on. Okay, that's a white mana. So I can play Lion Sash, but if they have a land in hand and I wasteland them, or if I wasteland them, they can still have a land in hand and beat me with Memory's Journey. But the only other real option that I see is Flicker Wisp on Overlord and pray that we hit a Solitude. I feel like that's literally the only other option. So I guess we play Sash with a mana up and cross our fingers. Yeah. Doesn't feel good. I just have swords anyway. I never had a chance. Got it. Yeah, okay. We're just going to see what their deck contains, and then we'll move on. Not that there's much to look at. Like, every breakfast list is exactly the same, and the details that actually matter. Yep, there's the Memory's Journey. 2 dazes in their deck. 3 Urza Sagas? Yeah, 3 Urza Sagas. 4 Nadus. Looks like only 1 Teferi. Yeah, 1 Teferi, 3 Urza Saga, 4 Nadu, 1 Dread Return, 1 Thoracle, 1 Memory's Journey. Yep. Pretty normal stuff all told. Gonna play all these cards. These Flicker Wisps are not good. I'm pretty torn on these cards for reasons that we kind of saw in that game. Like, really don't want my value to just be random value. I really want specific cards, and you don't always have time to be just dirtling like that. I think I'm going to cut another Phelia for that reason. We'll go from there. Yeah. Yeah, Larson standardless. Yeah, that makes sense. What are your feelings on this matchup? Seems not too easy on the Cephalid perspective. I am generally okay with this matchup. I was a lot more... I liked this matchup a lot more before Nadu, because basically with only... when all that they could ever really do against you was put Nomads and Delusionist into play and kill you, it meant that for a lot of games, you could just sit on your removal for forever and nothing mattered. Once Bowmasters got printed, that matchup, I don't want to say it was a buy. It wasn't that good, but it felt very good. Nadu just being a threat that can just kill you is very annoying, in addition to the fact that it is also obviously a combo piece. And I think the current lists are just so efficient at beating hate that makes it a lot harder. As you saw, I didn't board in a single graveyard hate card. I guess Containment Priest kind of, but that feels a little different. I don't know. Do I want this hand? This hand doesn't really have any interaction. I feel like this hand is a little too proactive in a matchup that I don't really like being proactive in. I'm going to try mulliganing. This hand is much better. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to bottom the White Orchid Phantom because this Prismatic Vista is going to have to get a swamp anyway, and White Orchid Phantom is not my favorite card in the matchup. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite by any stretch. I maybe could have put back a Stoneforge, but Stoneforge is, you know... I'm probably going to... One of these is probably just going to get pitched to a Solitude, and I'd rather have the card... If I don't have to do that, I'd rather have the card that's easier to cast. I say that now, and of course they're gonna like clown me with an Urza Saga or something, but that doesn't happen very often. It's happened to me more often lately. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but like there was a long time where like I every single time breakfast had to go for an Urza Saga plane. It never worked, not even once. Um, I think it's been happening to me more lately because Nadu forces you to use your removal a lot more, which means that sometimes the Urza Saga tokens can end up overwhelming you that way. But that's just a guess. I've only noticed it happening. I haven't thought too hard about why. Um, my opponent also mulled the 6, by the way. So what do you know? It's Urza Saga. This isn't making constructs though, so I'm guessing they're going in for a turn 3 combo kill. And thankfully, I have a lot of interaction for that. And I think this turn I can safely just cast a Stoneforge because they can't kill me next turn. So, yeah, I'm just going to Stoneforge. I'm not sure what for, honestly. I see arguments for everything here, other than Formal Wear. I don't want Formal Wear right now, but um, I think I'm not going to get Sash. It's between Blade and Cauldra. I think I'm going to go with Cauldra because I have enough removal in my hand. And it's honestly kind of nice next turn to be able to hold a Bowmasters or put in Cauldra end of turn if they don't give me anything to Bowmaster. But I really hope I draw another land. That would be great. Okay, there we go. It's like they kept spending so long to not do anything. I mean, to be fair, I do that my fair share, but ooh. There's a lot this lets me do. Killer Saga to deny the Shuko, kill their Tundra to put them down to like no mana. It also lets me hold up Bowmasters and Swords in the same turn, but I think that's less exciting than Wastelanding here. I think I go after the Tundra. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna kill the Tundra. Still have to be wary here, obviously, of them floating a mana, casting Illusionist, so I'm not tapping out. If they choose to tutor Pithing Needle, I'm cool with that. Totally fine. This is definitely the kind of matchup where I'm pretty happy with any action they take that does not get them closer to killing me. Ooh, Cavern of Souls. So you're saying you can't even daze me? Mm-hmm. That resolves. See what you mill. 2 Nadus, perfect. I love to see that. Do you have the first Force of Will? You do not. Excellent. That was funny. Card I don't want to see. Both of those surveils were 2 copies of a card I don't want them to draw surveil lands. So I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, can I draw a land here so that I can put in Cauldra and still... Oh my god. um... Okay. That's another way to get to put in Cauldra while still holding up swords. What if I didn't have to do that at all? Cast that Ponder. I know you want to. No, prismatic ending. Boo, boo. Yo, come on, come on, come on. No, that's pretty good though. That's a pretty good non-wasteland to draw. Yeah, get out of here, Illusionist. I could get rid of swords, but I'm pretty sure I just want to. Like, I take Illusionist and their hand is very not threatening. I guess I could take the swords because then it like makes cantrips bad, and I have 2 removal spells for the Illusionist. I think that sort of. I would like that more if I was putting them on a shorter clock than like 4 turns. I think I just want to make their hand do nothing and take the Illusionist. And they can Swords our Bowmasters, but I would rather they do that than be able to draw like Land Force and then like it's looking kind of bad. Yeah. Notably, that is half. Yeah, that's half of the payoffs in their deck are dead. Because they milled 2 Nadus and that's 2 Illusionists we've dealt with. Nomads, you got it. And a land, okay. Do I want to Swords the Nomads here? It's kind of an annoying card to attack through. Especially with this plow that they can cast. I'm not really playing around anything by not killing it, I guess, because if an illusionist or Nadu gets on the stack, I have to kill the nomads first anyway. So I'm just using that mana now. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm glad I thought through that decision because I think that was right. Like, saving it for illusionist or Nadu doesn't make sense because I have to kill the nomads before I let either of those cards enter play. I will not be boarding any Orion, but thank you, Trilith. I'm surprised I don't like Cage. It's not great, but it does buy some time. Since Nadu was printed, my approach against Breakfast has pretty much just to play as few cards that are only good against the illusionist half of the deck as possible. Um, that's why I basically never board in Graveyard Hate versus Breakfast anymore. If I had Fairy Macabre, I would put that into my side. I would board that in, but that's basically the only card. This hand's pretty good. It's a little mana intensive. That's probably the thing I like least about this hand, but I think we can work with it. I like it more than Formal Wear. I could see that argument. This isn't really a matchup where creatures enter the graveyard on turns where we are not dying. I guess that's a good way to think about it. And more importantly, it's a hard matchup to be tapping out for something like that unless you've already won. So I could see this being one of the few matchups where we actually do board out Formal Wear. Yeah, I can see that. I was supposed to play Prismatic Vista. I was not ready to draw this Thoughtseize. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, that works. I'd much rather they be dazing me now than when they're killing me. So hard to be upset by that one. They didn't shuffle with Ponder. I don't think this is their only land. I really should resolve a 2-drop now. I am going to cast Stoneforge, and I think I'm going to get... What am I getting here? It's obviously not Sash. I think I'm going to get Phantom Blade this time. Especially because I don't expect the Stoneforge to live. The problem with Blade and Cauldra is that like they're both more or less uncastable in this matchup, but there's a chance Blade gets there because they just have to like run out of Nadu or something. We'll see. Okay. Holding a Blade works great with Sash too. That is true. That is very true. Okay, I will hold up 2 removal spells, and if I don't have to use a removal spell, then I will, or if I don't have to use the second one, then I'll get the Surveil. So this looks fine. This feels like Nomads into Nadu, if I had to guess. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that I'm going to be Phantom Blading the Nomads before the Nadu resolves, and then Surveilling, and then untapping, and swordsing the Nadu, and being upset, but... They have Milled and Urza Saga. Okay. Nope, they can't cast a Nadu with that mana. Alright, let's go ahead and Phantom Blade. Maybe I'm supposed to swords first, actually, because Phantom Blade can't be dazed if they have a second Nomads here. Yeah, I think I was supposed to cast the swords first. I'm not beating a force either way, so I think it's like literally the second daze in their deck that is the main difference. They are just pausing at very weird times. This was in my hand. You knew about this. There we go. Deal. It's a very acceptable 1 mana card for you to be casting here. Shuffled. You love to see it. Yes, please. I would love that. That's perfect. I'm going to leave Caracas up just in case. I really don't think that's going to matter, but no reason to hold up a single black mana, so... Mill, Shuko, and Nadu. Cool. Ooh, they're passing. Oh boy. Oh yeah, okay, this is over. What's their hand, like 2 Narcomoebas right now? They had an option to get a green source with at least this fetch. They could have gotten their Hedge Maze instead of their Meticulous Archive, so I'm going to laugh if I see a Nadu in their hands. Come on, opponent. Can we please get this over with? Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's what's wrong. Got it. um, interesting. It's unfortunate I can't take Dread Return and exile it because they have the Memories Journey in their hands. I mean, I just take the Forest, right? Like, I have to think about this because I'm not killing them anytime soon, so I have to think about how badly this could go. But I feel like I'm supposed to take Force And then I'm just going to play Sash, and Sash is going to get big over a couple turns. Yeah. We did not play a land already. Yeah, it doesn't. It only works if we already had the Sash in play. Unfortunately, I had that same thought. You can't take the Dread Return and then waste them because they still have the mana to journey the Dread Return, and you've given them the opportunity to do that at that point. I'm not going to bother wasting them. They have enough mana to do their nothing. So, hey, Eureka, how's it going? Not too bad. My breakfast opponent is drawing the exact wrong cards, so despite getting kind of destroyed by Dredge in round one, can't be too upset with how things are going right now. Other than the fact that my opponent is taking forever. Oh my god. All right. Can't be disappointed at trust. That's, so true. So true. Um, I'm just gonna leave all my mana up. I have more than enough to kill them with Sash next turn. Or they could have cast Journey on this. Journey on Force, Saga, Shuko. Okay, well, I'm just going to get the Saga and the Shuko again. And you can shuffle a Force of Will into your deck. Resolves. And now you're dead. All right, what are you doing? Is there a reason for that, or are you just wasting time? Just wasting time. All right, cool. GG's. Yeah, it was funny when you would um when you passed the turn a couple times. I cast that Thoughtseize. I was like, am I gonna find two Narcomoebas? And I didn't find two Narcomoebas, but I wasn't that far off. This hand is not very good. It's got enough things to be worth thinking about. But against the decks that Harain likes to play, I feel like this is just going to be too slow. I'm going to mulligan. This hand looks better. We'll keep this. Let's put it back street. Yeah. This hand certainly has its own problems, but I think there's more to do with this hand at least. Lava Spur Boots, huh? Okay, I didn't really want another Vial. I really want a white... Ugh, excuse me. I would like a white card to pair with this Solitude. If Overlord has to find it, I can live with that, but I'd really rather it not. Curie, yeah, okay. Alright, we are playing against Stifle Knot. Okay, white card, please, please. Hello? No. Wow, that Wasteland's really bad. I am so ready to lose the game on the spot here. Let's go. Thank God. Okay. Alright, wait a minute. So... I should just kill Curie now, right? Yeah. I've never played against Curie and had to like think about it, so this is new to me, but it feels like I'm supposed to just kill that now because I can't really let him just what the I can kill Curie with Dreadnought on the stack, but he's gonna just attack with Curie when I'm holding up, like, right? Like, I can't deal with Curie just, like, drawing a card every turn, right? Alright. Well. I will bring in 2 paths. These White Orchid Phantoms look pretty bad. I have... I have Phelia as an answer to Torpor Orb, so I'm not completely dead to Torpor Orb. I was just very dead to it that game. I really don't want these White Orchid Phantoms in my deck at all, but I can't. Tamer Priest doesn't do anything against them, right? I guess only if he's playing Urza Saga, but... I could bring in a Flute, but like, what am I naming with Flute? I'm not going to name Torpor with Flute. I'm not that desperate. I guess I could name Curie, maybe. That's probably better than White Orchid. I don't... I'm guessing not. This hand is really good other than that it only has 1 lands. This hand is pretty bad other than that it has mana. I gotta keep this, but this hand blows. I'm gonna put back a Scrubland. He's mulling to 6 also, at least. Damn it. Alright, now I wish I had White Orchid in my deck, but at least I have a Wasteland for that. I kind of want mana. It's good against Cure. I'm going to try to beat his ass, but he sure did torpor me in game 1, which is the most fucked up thing possible. I'm going to keep it just in case. I think it lets my path kill things that like actually matter. So I might re-sideboard knowing that he's on Saga. We'll see. Ooh, interesting. Oh right, it's not an island. I can just Thoughtseize. No, stop. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I just messaged him saying that if this brainstorm is hiding a torpor orb, and then I just left it kind of open after that. But you have no lands. Is that what's going on here? I think I want to take the Null Drifter. It's either a Null Drifter or a Dress Down. I don't care about Curie because I have the Caracas. I think I want to get rid of the Null Drifter. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay, we don't need another Caracas. Now I'm gonna be really mean. Whoops. I hope he's streaming right now. I hope we can. I want to go back. Okay, I really don't need more vials, but thank you, deck. He is? Okay, perfect. I could play a vial. I feel like I honestly want to just end this game as fast as possible. Nice cleanup. Stock up? Yeah, you're never casting that, boyo. Yes. Yeah. Oh man. Quick shout out to Harain. That's how that works, right? No. No, it's slash shout out. There we go. If I just draw land, 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 I think I'm in a decent spot. So true. Too bad this isn't the last match of the game or last match of the night, or I'd go hang out in a stream after this. This hand is very good. Having Phelia is really a big deal. Don't need more land. Lion Sash again, huh? This smells like an end step dress down into something stupid. Yeah. Yeah, end step dress down into Null Drifter. Gross. I hate it. Stop it. Maybe I was actually supposed to. It's possible I'm supposed to cast Phelia there and then untap and use a removal spell. Yeah, I think that is probably what I'm supposed to do. Do I want this Bowmasters? This is really hard. I want to say I don't think I want it because it doesn't kill anything, which is the big problem with the goal in this matchup is just to kill everything, and Bowmasters puts pressure on them, but pressure only means so much. Okay, I have an answer for that at least, and a quote unquote answer. I'm sure Phelia will get swords, then I won't get to do anything anyway, but we'll see. Yep. Phantom Blade. That's kind of real. Let's start with this. We have a guaranteed hit, but not one that I'm super interested in. I guess Bowmaster is the best of these because Recruiter doesn't do anything under Orb. So I'll do that, play Sash so I have a potential threat, and then at least getting through a turn without a creature in play feels okay. Yeah. Oh, alright. I mean, I guess you can do that. Thank God. He gets a land off of it, unfortunately, but such is life. And yeah, that Lava Spur Boots is definitely a problem because it makes this Phantom Blade bad because I'm just gonna be dead to anything off the top basically. I'll get damage in. That's not a good feeling. Okay, okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We still might just be dead, but oh my God, we're alive. Only kind of. Okay. I think I'm gonna hold up Caracas, but put Yorion in my hand, deal 5. I don't really have a clear plan here. I'm just praying. But Caracas will at least protect me from Curie. Oh, I actually need to leave one more mana up because he could just recast Curie. After I bounce it. Because I have to bounce it in response to the Lava Spur Boots equip. Now I don't care about that because I have the Orc Army in play, but... Consign on a Bowmaster trigger. Interesting. Dealing 3 more damage was better than buying Yorion. Yeah, maybe that's true. Prismatic Ending. Is this on the Sash? It is. I just let that resolve, yeah. So you could be at 6. I would be dealing 3 right now. Putting him to 3. What do you mean you have a Lotus Petal in your deck? Yeah, there's probably a way I had lethal here. Jax. This is a very intense game. Okay, do I bounce? So he can make a Saga construct. It's a 4/4 that would become a 5/4 with the Lava Spur boots. I'm like legitimately not sure if I want this Yorin in my hand or if I want to gain 4. I think I want to gain 4. Yeah. Especially like casting that into the face up Caracas means he must have something up. Null Drifter, okay. Not attacking with it, okay. Is this over then? Okay, Aether Vial, stop. I should make one of these tap for black. Did we just do it? No, it's a consigned to memory. Man, that's a really annoying consign. So I can equip the Phantom Blade. That forces... If I... I mean, I think I have to equip and force a double block here. Put Blade on Bowmasters and we still have lethal next turn. Well, I think we have lethal with the Overlord anyway, right? I guess, well, the problem is, I guess he's going to get a Dreadnought with haste off of this Torpor Orb. I think we do have to just pass. Drawing 2 vials here was really not what we needed in a game this close. It's very annoying. So I'm at virtual 7 because I can't block the Null Drifter. If I chump the construct, so I have to double block the Dreadnought. Which feels terrible. So I guess if I double block We do still have formal wear, yeah. Doesn't really matter because of Torpor Orb, but so if I do this, I am taking. Yeah, I have to chump. I just have to lose my whole board and wish I had Wrath of the Skies in my deck. I think that's all we can do. Yeah. Notably, this was the game we missed our win. Right, because I could have cast it on that turn. Yeah, no, I definitely messed up there. That Overlord would have been online for quite a bit at that point. I will be right back. I need to let my dog out. I will be back in just a couple minutes. Where the hell is this again? All right, we're back. Let's get back into it. It's cold outside. I I'm still feeling it, so I'm gonna put my gloves on real quick before I reveal my Yorion to this person who has, I think that's the Deadly Dispute. It was a Pauper Mox avatar. I have been getting so many one-landers lately. I'm getting a little sick of it. This is almost a good one too, but no. Sure. I'll put the Witch Enchanter on the bottom. Oh, that is White Plume Adventure. I'm dumb. Yep. Yeah, I see that head now. It's about as dark as Deadly Dispute, and I didn't look close enough. Was White Plume Adventure for Vintage one year? Or was it for the... Because it was only legal in Legacy. It wasn't... It was only known to be good in Legacy for about 4 months before it got banned. Jax, what are you doing? Okay. Interesting. This feels like it must be... The Lotus Spell's confusing me, because... At first I thought it was Reanimator. The Lotus Petal makes me think it's Ant, but I'm also surprised that they just ran the Lotus Petal out like that. Could be Doomsday, that's true, yeah. Doomsday would make more sense in terms of you don't care about the storm count from the petal. I really don't want that. I don't know what I want, to be fair, but that'll yeah, it'll work. Whatever. Really not the matchup I want my hand to be full of 3-drops and removal. Yep, Doomsday confirmed. Yeah, okay. I'm guessing they have a Doomsday in their hand and they needed the Underground Sea to cast it. So now I'm actually going to Skyclave the Lotus Petal, which maybe I should have done last turn, but... Oh, well, okay. Never mind. If I had tried to Skyclave the Petal, I would have lost, yeah, because they had the cantrip into the second black source. Or the third, I should say. Interesting. Choosing to play the island and now being even further away from a black source? Huh. Or further away from like a non-dark ritual Doomsday. I think I just want a Stoneforge for Cauldra then. can't really see what else I'd do on 4 mana, so yeah, I'm gonna Stoneforge for Cauldra. Oh, I'm getting forced. Force pitch Thassa's Oracle. Okay. So their hand is, I mean, just an Underground Sea is all we know about. I played with Ketramose a little bit. I think it's a fun card. I don't think it really does a whole lot that we need. It is slow, and I think you also really need to build around it, which is a big limitation with it. You can't just like throw it in D&T and call it a day. Okay, well now they can hard cast Doomsday next turn, and they'll have a white mana up too, which is pretty rough. I guess I just recruit for Bowmaster. I feel like that's all I can really do here. It's unlikely to be enough, but I think it's what I gotta do. I assume it's gonna be an Undercity Sewers. Yeah. They keep it on top. Now that they're on a multiple of 2, I'm gonna just flash in the Bowmasters now. I didn't want to do it before because they would waste that 1 ping damage basically. But now if they cast a Doomsday, they're going to be at the same life total either way. They'll be at, or no, it rounds down. So that was no, I had it wrong. I only want to ping if they're at an odd number, not if they're at an even number. I goofed that. So I should have waited on the Bowmasters potentially. They found a Dark Ritual anyway. So all this was for nothing. We'll see what's left in their hand. They're gonna go down to. Anyway, no, I did do this right. Yeah, sorry, I'm mixing up my head. You want to hit them on even numbers because they're rounding down, so that Bowmasters means they're going to go down to 7. I guess it doesn't. I guess in that case it doesn't change. I don't know. I'm tired. I should not think about this too much harder. All right, Cavern and Consider are both going in the pile. For all the paper players out there, keep in mind, this is intended. When you're searching, when your opponent is searching a public zone for the cards to put in their pile, you get to know what those cards are. So Consider, Cavern, Thoracle, and there's no Edge of Autumn's revealed right now. Okay, we get a draw. That's pretty cool. Or we got a combat step. And we get a Wasteland. I feel like that's not really gonna matter, but it'll be cool if it does. I guess I'm supposed to waste the Undercity Sewers, but not likely to matter either way. But yeah, Wasteland plus pick up Yorion, and then I think, unfortunately, they are at exactly enough life to Edge of Autumn, Consider, Edge of Autumn, cast the Oracle. Oh, they milled a Street Wraith. Interesting. I mean, that doesn't really change anything. The truth of it is still there, but I'm surprised that a Street Wraith was in their pile. Yeah. So the important thing about casting Bowmasters on that turn is to play around them drawing a counter spell. So we did it correct in the sense that they are at the same life total, but could not have top decked a counter spell for the Bowmasters, or we cast it before they could have done that. So it was correct in that sense. All right. Bring in these, cut these, and that. Or no, well, Phantom Blade's worse than Solitude. Neither are good, but I think I would rather have Containment Priest as a card that can attack, as opposed to a Solitude. Or actually, probably, yeah, I'd rather have Sash than Solitude. I'm pretty sure. Sash can attack. Oracle really shouldn't win with 0 devotion. It's insane to me that they have. I mean, I know that this is true of a lot of cards. That kind of thing makes me wonder how much they wish they could just like unprint cards, just be like, "Oops, sorry, it that didn't happen." Yeah, or equal. Yeah, it really just it was such a simple thing. I don't get it. Yeah, there's a yeah. I've been doing a little too much complaining lately. I think I'm just gonna let chat take care of it for me. You showed up at the exact right time, Eli. How's it going? I think this hand is good enough to keep, unfortunately, but I'm really mad about it. They mulled to 5, but that's really just 2 more hands they had to find Dark Ritual Doomsday. Come on, Black Source? Okay, I'll keep it. Thank you. Okay, okay. Alright, gang. We might make it. You can have that Murktide Regent. It's actually kind of funny. Like, I'm definitely taking the Doomsday. I'm pretty. I guess I just take a brainstorm. I'm very happy for them to spend any amount of time casting a Murktide Regent. So I'll just take one more discard spell, or I'll just take another brainstorm out of there. I'll take the ugly one. All right, we're gonna get a Cauldra. We need to end the game as soon as possible. Getting forced, huh? All right, force, pitching, consider. Not being able to put consider into their pile feels like it might be relevant later. We'll see. Mill to brainstorm. I think that last card is the Murktide, and they're going to be very sad about their decision. There are certainly matchups that you're supposed to board into Murktide. D&T is not one of them. No, sorry, Bob. Oh, oh, honey. Oh, sweetie. Ooh. Yeah, actually. Eli, don't say that. Don't say that. I know. I know. Okay. We're good so far. Let's get him back to a normal life total. And wasteland them. Hell yeah. Alright, they are F6, so I'm just going to wasteland them now. Mm-hmm. If they're F6, is it correct to wasteland the Misty so it can't get another sewer? No, because they only ever play one sewer. It's also interesting. Yeah, a little bit Bush League. I also think them having to spend life on their fetch lanes actually matters a lot. Sometimes that one life just matters. All right, let's just do that again. I honestly didn't know that MTG bot could do this. Anyway, yeah, it's getting them. Oh, I'm gonna too late. I think I should probably cut out since they boarded in Murktide. I should probably cut the Skyclaves for swords, because both those cards kind of suck. So I'd rather have the one that's better against the bad plan, I guess. you know. I don't really like Deafening Silence enough, given that this hand does like nothing else after that. Yeah. This I can roll with. Um, what am I bottoming here? I think it is probably it's it could be the Aether Vial. I don't think it is. Y'all trying to dox me through MTG bot? Hello. Um, I'm leaning towards putting back Recruiter. I see arguments for putting back Overlord or Vial. I think I'm actually going to put back the Overlord because the Recruiter is a lot better with our Aether Vial than the Overlord is. Like, if we. Like, our curve could be turn 1 Vial, turn 2 cast Bowmasters, turn 3 recruit for Bowmaster or White Orchid or something like that. I think that's good enough reason because the this isn't a matchup where we want to be casting Impulse or whatever, and that is likely all that Overlord's going to be against Doomsday. Ponder, Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Doomsday. Rats. Hey, look, we were going to get an Overlord anyway, apparently. Force pitching Thoracle. Okay. All right, sewers. They mill a ponder. That's wild. Okay, yeah. Ponder into Dark Ritual Doomsday. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. No! That's the wrong 1 mana black spell. Fuck. Uh, I think they're supposed to take the Bowmasters here. I can Overlord it back, but you've got to be kidding me. Uh, um, Phelia or Bowmasters? This feels like a Phelia moment. I just gotta hope they have to play into the first, but have a counter spell for it. And then I'm gonna get them with the second trap. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. I have definitely cast Mindbreak Trap against Doomsday a couple times to good effect. It is not often, but it has happened. Hello? Why are we playing this garbage? I think I want to get a Skyclave here, and I'm just going to chump block the first time. I could get a Solitude and just pitch the Phelia to it, but I don't like that I'm then in a position where my opponent has 3 black mana and I'm putting them under no pressure at all. So that's kind of why I want the Phelia around still. Yeah. Honestly, do I even chump block this? I guess if they hit a Murktide, that would actually be kind of bad here, so I'm probably not supposed to. Okay. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to have Personal Tutor and Barrowglyph in your deck at the same time. I feel like if you're doing one of those and not both, I don't know. Yeah, I really wish we had drawn a fourth land at some point here. It really sucks. It especially sucks after letting them gain 5 off of the Goyf. A Mystic Gate. That's a callback. Anyone remember Mystic Gate Miracles? All right, what did they cut from their deck to put the bad cards in there? I really can't tell. Looks like there's only 2 Personal Tutors, so I guess they maybe shaved on those. Wait a second. Hold up. Are y'all picking this up on the sensors? I'm so confused. There's literally no creatures in this pile. Like no Barrowglyphs or Murktides. Either they boarded in 1 Barrowglyph, or their pile has 4 Barrowglyphs. Um, I guess I'm getting a Skyclave here. Like, I think they're casting a Barrowglyph next turn. The first Barrowglyph has entered chat. This can't be real. This can't be real. You fucking kidding me? If they only have one Thoracle in their deck, that does not sound real. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I'll get a recruiter, sure. That cannot be right. They made a pile of barrel coins. I, Kaya, I think you have to be right. I don't know what else could have happened. I spent $0, I swear. I did not spend any currency. Hold on, I need to take a second. We're gonna do a quick giveaway for a code of 120 Magic the Gathering online play points from our friends over at Daybreak Games. In celebration of that match, you literally got it exactly right. Other than, I guess I didn't capitalize the P, but anyway, I started a giveaway. The code to enter is Barrogoyf Pile. This is a code that gets you 120 Magic the Gathering online play points. Please only enter if you yourself will use them, or if you have a friend that you can give them to. Either of those are totally fine. Also, I should have said this before. If you have won a code from me this month already, I will give it to someone else. But I didn't say that fast enough. Let me also get my codes up. Anyway, yes, you did. You won one last stream, I think. It was a whole week ago, so like, who even remembers? Anyway, when my clock says 11:08, I will pick a winner. If you would like to enter for this playpoint code giveaway, please type Barrogoyf Pile into the chat. Time is very fake. Actually, it's a good thing that it was you too, because I need to make sure I know which code I gave away most recently. Cool. I was right. NCS Ryan, thank you so much for the follow. How's it going? Welcome. I hope you got to see that last match. What a hoot that was. If you yourself would like to enter for some Magic online play points, there we go. That's the spirit. We got less than a minute. As soon as my clock says 11:08, we got 15 seconds, gang. Been lurking. All right, cool. Well, hello. And here we go. Idric, alright, I am going to be sending you a DM on Twitch real quick with the playpoint code. Give me 1 second. And you should have it. There we go. Let me know if that code doesn't work for you for whatever reason. But you should be able to pop that in for 120 fresh out the oven play points. And now it is time to finish off this league. And what a beginning of the end it is. I'm going to keep this on 6, but I'm not happy about it. I'm going to put back White Orchid Phantom. I am going to manifest all of my opponent's wastelands out of their hand. Okay, got it. So they could cast an Engineer or a Painter Servant next this turn. It's an interesting hand. Part of the problem with this hand is that other than my Thoughtseizes, I can't do like anything against them right now. If they draw an Ancient Tomb and get to cast this Fable, I think the game just ends on the spot, which doesn't feel great. But I also really don't want them to... Yeah, we definitely... Yeah, so if we don't take the Painter now and they cast the Painter on turn 1, we have to Thoughtseize the Pyroblast and leave them with the Goblin Engineer. Maybe that's fine. I really don't want them to have Fable, though. But maybe that's just the least bad thing that can happen to us. I guess the problem with taking Painter Servant is that they can just engineer it back, basically, so... Maybe that's not real either. Maybe I just have to take the Fable and then I'll deal with what happens on the next turn. That is true. I think I'm going to take Fable. Alright, they just pass. Lands? Lands? No. Okay. I have to Thoughtseize again. Oh my god, that was too slow. Shit. Alright, now I have to write this down. They drew another blast, which means that we have to take the Painter Servant now, which sucks because they have an Engineer and they can get it back, but like... I have to make them go through the trouble of doing it. Okay, so that was Red Blast. It was Reb, Pyro, Saga, Spirit Guide, and Engineer. Blech. The worst part is A land isn't good now. I really need to just draw swords to plowshares. So that's Saga and Engineer. I guess Solitude would also do it, but that's not going to do it. Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance. Okay. It's barely a chance, but it could be a chance. I couldn't just go for it there because they have the Spirit Guide, unfortunately. They have another Grindstone. Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't that I couldn't do anything against that, unfortunately. My hand was just non-functional. I don't like Bowmasters in this matchup at all. Um, there's not a whole lot else I dislike, really. Um, this might be a matchup where we shave one Overlord because for kind of I sort of mentioned this against Breakfast, which is a matchup that honestly feels very similar to Painter in a lot of ways. Is that like you're walking a tightrope for a lot of the match to not die to their combos, and that tension makes it really hard to find the time to cast Impulse for a creature. And I only need to find one more cut. Um, I don't hate shaving like a Thoughtseize in this matchup just because it tends to be a bad top deck. It isn't always though. Um, I like White Orchid because it's an answer to Urza's Saga. Stoneforge is great. Phelia is quite good because it doesn't require our stuff in play to be good. It can answer construct tokens. Um, I think I'm going to go with shaving one Thoughtseize. I can live with this hand. This hand isn't spectacular, but it is solid. Oh god, I have to read a new card in a second. Okay. Okay, I have to read it now. Okay. Beginning of combat turn, choose one target vehicle you control. I don't know. Does this do anything? I can't tell. Um, I'm leaving them with the Chandra because they don't have enough. I guess, I mean, they're a soul land away from casting it, but I have a Skyclave to answer it if I need to. I think I'm between the Fable and the Welder right now. I'm not too worried about the Painter's Servant because it's likely they're going to cast it into my Skyclave. Um, Welder, taking the Welder means that they don't have much to do. They don't really have anything to do on turn one. They can simplify things later, but I'm going to be exiling most things. I think I'm just going to take the Fable here because the Fable also will notably help them cast the Chandra. So yeah, okay, we're going to take Fable. You got Welder. Welder is like the only card that Bowmashes is good against, for what it's worth. But it's not very good. Of course. Of course. How could it not be? Ugh. I need something cheaper than that. Okay. I'm just going to do this again. Ugh. Get out of here. Oh my god. Okay. Um, it feels a little bit late for that. Um, it's also really, yeah, it's just a really awkward turn to be drawing it. But it is a way I can double spell. Um, so this just has the static that will accrue that for free, basically, which is kind of irrelevant because they have the Welder anyway. Um, I guess I kind of have to Skyclave the Painter's Servant anyway, though, right? Because if I try to flute the Chandra, they can just Pyroblast that. Yeah. Yeah, I have to Skyclave the Painter. Which does not feel good, but we're doing what we can. Come on, stop. Uh, simply, what am I supposed to do about this? I don't know. Drew one land into drawing only lands. I shouldn't say only lands, but way too many of them. Yeah, I'm done. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Um, yeah, I don't. That Chandra didn't feel like it. Certainly, kind of presents a clock, but it felt like they won because they got to put Painter into play, protected by Pyroblast. Both of those games, Chandra didn't really. Chandra killed us fast. It didn't change the fact that we were dead. I think is the way to look at it. In fact, it was almost preferable if they spent a whole 4 mana on the Chandra because it meant that they didn't have a mana up to keep their Painter protected by the Pyroblast. Um, Whereas, if for example, if we had taken the Chandra and kept them with the Fable, we would have been in a much worse position. um, so I guess it's a question of like what do they what do they cut for it and how many copies are they playing? I don't know, but um, notably, if I saw that in a game, when I might have kept in some number of Bowmasters, both because the it was like the +2 I think draws cards, and that also makes their welders a little better because they'll actually do something even if they uh, like I don't respect welder a whole lot in against D&T specifically because almost all of our removal exiles, so it's rarely like it's just it's not meaningfully different it's like almost worse than engineer because engineer enables itself, whereas welder requires other cards to put things in place basically. um, but I think maybe being able to crew those on top of everything else is enough. Plus, Chandra also is an enabler for Welder because you can sacrifice artifacts. I don't know. That sucked. All those losses were, I guess, the one against the game against Korean was honestly really good, but the other losses sucked. Um, I can't really comment on Phelia because we basically never drew her, which is what keeps happening every time I play this list. It's like why I can't get. It feels like I can only get no vibe check, or it feels bad because like Overlord plus Phelia just never happens for me. Obviously, we played a lot of matches where the games were not gonna go long, and games where Overlord was rarely the thing that we had the time to be doing. But I guess that is just kind of like why I'm just still a little skeptical about it. I have to I it is I have to be responsible and play it because it is the only build of D&T putting up any consistent results. But I just don't know, you know. It's just the cool stuff like never happens for me. I don't know. Um, I guess I did throw away one opportunity to do it tonight. I did throw away one possible time, but anyway, that is gonna be it for me. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Um, any thoughts of running a 60 card build? Maybe. I'm not. If there is, it's not something I'm super interested in. I just really like playing Yorion. I can't really imagine playing any build of a deck that looks like this without Vile. Cutting Vile just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, I could see a 60 card build. You'd probably cut like I think if you're getting that low, you probably have to cut the Stoneforge package. You probably have to just decide whether you're playing White Orchid or Bowmasters. I don't know. There's a bunch of decisions you could make, but not a thing that I'm really that interested in figuring out. Um, so yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Um, Thank you for hanging out. If it's your first time, I always stream D&T and Legacy every Thursday and Sunday, starting around 8:30 Eastern. Um, Check out my YouTube for a whole bunch of VODs. This is Twitch. Crazy, I know. I also have a Patreon where I maintain a sideboard guide for D&T and write articles every now and then about strategy, matchup primers, things like that. Sometimes like card reviews when a certain set has a lot of impact. Um, Also, very recently, I did a match review with one of my great friends. Actually, he was in chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Um, but we did a review of one of his matches playing Boros, the red splash of D&T against Cradle Control. That's up on my YouTube. I'm actually going to grab a link for it right now to throw into chat if anybody wants to check that out. But that is also a Patreon. Uh, oh my God, I am totally out of words. That is also a benefit for Patreon people. There he goes. There's the link. That's going to be it for me. We're going to go raid Harain and tell him that he's a big meanie for beating me with Torpor Orb. Just tell him he's a big meanie head. That's what you should tell him.